So up next, I'm so excited about this one, Square Baby. Fed up with all the fruit-heavy, sugar-laden baby foods masquerading as balanced meals, Katie Thomson, who's a registered dietitian and Starbucks first nutritionist, and her co-founder knew they could do better. Determined to create a solution, they created Square Baby. With Square Baby, each meal is completely balanced, and the Square meal system delivers 100% of a baby's daily recommended servings of fruit, veggies, protein, and grains. Square Baby is a trailblazer in science-based nutrition and the only brand offering a customizable meal service for babies that is committed to food allergy prevention and veggie-forward balanced meals. Welcome to the PubTalk stage, Katie Thomson, co-founder of Square Baby. All
right, well, I think you kind of covered it. All right, I hadn't quite figured out the props. Oh, good. Hi, guys. Can you guys hear me? Hi. Yeah, okay. I'm Katie Thomson. I'm a registered dietitian with a master's in nutrition, a mom of two awesome boys that are here tonight, and co-founder and CEO of Square Baby. So, did you know that most baby foods have the same amount of sugar as a bowl of this? Ridiculous. And did you know that repeatedly sucking food out of a pouch can actually hinder an infant's motor development skills? Not cool. I'm done dropping things, by the way. Even worse, many of the leading brands have been knowingly selling baby food with toxic levels of heavy metals. This is insanity, but I'm not done. Why do most baby food companies tout allergen-free products when research and every pediatric expert will say that introducing allergens actually helps to prevent food allergies from developing? Parents are fed up and they've lost trust. They've left with either taking the convenience of store-bought baby food and risking the heavy metals and sugary nonsense, or spending hours in the kitchen making it themselves. It's a lot. Babies deserve better, and parents deserve a brand they can trust. Introducing Square Baby. We're more than just an organic baby food company. Our meals are made fresh and delivered frozen to your doorstep. That's right, parents, you can rejoice. You don't have to spend hours with a blender to get the best nutrition. We're a subscription service where repeat customers are our norm, and owning that customer relationship is where we shine. We offer a science-based, foolproof solution with dietitian-designed meal plans that are tailored to baby's age, stage, and dietary needs. More about me? You're welcome. I spent the first half of my career as the first nutritionist for Starbucks, paving the way as health and wellness went from a blip on the radar to one of the 4 strategic pillars of the company. I was in charge of the nutrition facts and all the claims on packaging to start, and then took a more strategic role in the company, working with R&D to drive major changes across food and beverage, became the company's spokesperson for health and wellness, and then consulted the executive team on strategy, innovation, and acquisitions. But everything changed when I became a mom. Oh my God, you guys are never here, so I never get emotional. But that's it, 14 years ago. I cruised the baby food aisle as a working mom and as a dietitian, and I was fed up by what I found. Many baby foods were unbalanced. They were lacking veggies and premium proteins and healthy fats. I saw a sea of uninspiring, shelf-stable, muted flavors and rows of unrecyclable pouches. So a fire started in me 14 years ago to create a solution that didn't exist, to create the next gold standard in infant and childhood nutrition, and to become the most trusted brand and resource for families and healthcare professionals. And before you say, I don't invest in baby, they age out too quickly, I have 4 key points that you have to understand. 1, we're building a parent's trust with the most stressful nutrition decisions and critical health milestones. Once you have that trust, you're gold. 2, even with just baby, our return on ad spend is 3 times what most companies' goals are, because once our customers find us, they stay and order hundreds of meals. 3, our company is actually named Square Foods for a reason. We will grow with our customer, bringing on additional product lines for toddler and the rest of the family. And 4, the market size is actually larger than you might think. The U.S. baby food market is projected to reach $17 billion by 2026, and the online retail segment is the fastest growing segment with a anticipated growth rate of a CAGR of 10% from 2022 to 2028. A lot of opportunity there. And we're not the only ones who see this opportunity, so let's talk about our competitors. Get scared. There are a couple of emerging brands that have launched over the last 5 or 6 years, so a year or two ahead of us. Little Spoon and Yumi, they sell vegan-only baby food. They've been flooded with growth capital and are doing about 20 to 30 million in annual revenue now. But do you have a minute? You do. Because I have a laundry list of differentiators. Our meals taste better, trust me. Our customer service is stronger. I hope they're not watching. We have a team of dietitians to answer questions anytime. And most importantly, we're the leader in science-based nutrition. I've taken the guesswork out of feeding your baby and developed a proprietary trademarked meal system that makes it foolproof to offer 100% daily nutrition. So that means any 2 to 3 of these square meals per day offers 100% of their daily recommended veggies, fruits, grains, and protein. With our diverse offerings like beets and curry and cardamom, I've removed the worry that your little one's gonna grow up to be a picky eater whose favorite food is plain pasta, and worst, or their least favorite is just about everything else. It's a scary thing as a parent, right? And no sugary purees here. We have a veggie first promise. So that means every meal has veggies as a primary ingredient. We're also the only fresh baby food offering proteins beyond vegan. We proudly offer plant-based protein options, and shout out to the vegans in the room, but we also offer the most premium animal proteins like organic salmon, or sustainably caught salmon, organic egg, chicken bone broth, and yogurt. These foods offer critical nutrients for brain, body, and microbiome development. It's no surprise that apple curry chicken is our top seller. Okay, and remember that heavy metals issue? We proactively partnered with the Clean Label Project in selecting our organic farms and suppliers, and recently earned the Purity Award, the gold standard in third-party lab testing for heavy metals. And it's really the stamp of approval that parents are coming to demand. And what we're most proud of is being the leader and pioneer in early allergen introduction. We're helping to prevent food allergies by offering meals with 8 top allergens. Meals like hazelnut pumpkin pie and almond butter and banana make introducing allergens super delish and lower stress. We offer it all, not just one dietary lifestyle, because we're not about fads, we're about science. Okay, so more about the company. We launched in 2018 as a regional direct-to-consumer service, shipping to 8 West Coast states. We wanted to test, learn, prove out the concept before going to scale. So we started in a commercial kitchen. In fact, my co-founder, Kendall, and I made the first 100,000 meals by hand as an FDA-approved food manufacturer, no small feat, lugging in hundreds of pounds of fresh produce each day, peeling, chopping, steaming, pureeing, filling, lidding, and stickering. It's clearly still a part of me. My chiropractor is the real winner here. But we really quickly gained the attention of the industry, and we're Expo West Pitch Slam finalists in our first year, Target Takeoff Accelerator graduates in our second, and front page of Crunchbase in our third. We've become thought leaders, appearing on numerous podcasts, educating parents about infant nutrition and allergen introduction, and spearheaded change in the industry as founding members of Partnership for a Healthier America's Shaping Early Pellets initiative. We've garnered the support of leading pediatricians, universities, WIC, USDA, and are encouraging a global shift towards more transparency and veggie-forward products across the industry. We also sit on a board that is helping to spearhead change with the FDA, agriculture, and industry to create enforceable standards on heavy metals and ultimately reduce exposure over time across the board. Okay, so funding. We've raised a few small rounds of investment to get us to each meaningful milestone as we continue to focus on building a capital-efficient, scalable model. Learning everything we could about our product, our customer profile, perishable shipping, you name it. In the first 3 years, we were proud of our ultra-loyal following of our first 1,000 families. Our traction was gangbusters, with 80% retention and impressive lifetime values, even with people's first baby. Our margins are really strong, with a 75% product margin and 45% including our eco-friendly cooler box, dry ice fulfillment delivery. But we quickly outgrew that commercial kitchen and couldn't keep up with our organic demand, so we started our RFP process for a co-packer. As anyone can attest, finding the right manufacturing partner is essential and can be a lengthy process, double that with COVID, but I'm happy to say we ended up with the best partner possible that we can scale with indefinitely, and one of the leading manufacturers of baby food, and is really dedicated to supporting innovation. We also invested in custom packaging that is more eco-friendly and will dramatically reduce our COGS. And thank goodness I'm not doing this alone. Kendall, my COO and co-founder, has a master's in biophysics and molecular genetics, much smarter than me. She's a proven founder and kick-butt operator. At the age of 30, she started the first perinatal private practice in the Bay Area with 5 other physicians and quickly built the company to 50 employees as the general manager. She sits as a board president of George Mark Children's House and is just an absolute rock star. She'd be here, but she's kicking butt trying to get our next production ready to go. Our investors and advisors include the ex-CEO of Unified Grocers, board leaders at OHSU, Novo, and Port of Portland, head of people at Brex, advertising execs and producers, and a collective of leading experts in CPG. So the ask, you're all wondering, we've built the ship. We've proven the scalable, capital-efficient model, and we are ready to rock. We're about to open a new round of funding to fuel our growth, and it's game on, baby. So please reach out with any interest, introductions, or ways to collaborate.
Amazing. Really nicely done, Katie.
Oh, thank you.
My first question is, do you sleep, Katie? This is really, really impressive. I just
Do you want me to answer that?
like 4.5 hours a week. I just am really, really impressed with everything that you're doing here, and I want to know more about the hazelnut pumpkin pie, number 1. Number 2, you talked about developing products for the rest of the family. What does that look like?
Yes, so we've done a lot of kind of recipe innovation in our own kitchens and as well as reaching out to our customers. So as a direct-to-consumer business who owns that customer relationship, right, having emails, knowing babies' ages and families' nutritional profiles and things, it makes it really easy for us to be able to reach out and ask, what's next? What would you like to see next for us? So toddler meals, following that infant past the infant puree stage is a huge opportunity for us, right? Because we have this 80% retention. We have parents who we've earned their trust. They are super happy, and then they're like, where do we go next? And we're like, we're so close. So toddler meals and meals that are kind of ubiquitous to the family. Yeah.
Isn't it so fun to think about babies as the market? They're like, I want the chicken apple curry. I'm a baby. Give it to me. Like
They're
on the computer, like
adventurers.
picking their meals.
Yeah.
I love it so much. What's been the most surprising thing for you going through this process? I mean, it's been fast and furious, but what kind of
fast.
really...
Well, I think I would have, when I had the idea 14 years ago, so my son sat in the front row, inspired the company, sorry, buddy. And so taking an idea to a business plan to a co-manufacturer, getting FDA approved, all of that, and raising our first small friends and family round, that took me like 9 years. Developing the 100% daily nutrition system, and I'm more passionate about baby food than I even was, 14 years ago. So I think just understanding the perseverance and the amount of time that it would take, but also being really proud of the fact that we did it. We did it our way. We didn't, over-raise or make really, really big gambles in testing and learning on a larger scale, but instead took the time to really understand our customer and our product and learn and grow.
Passionate about baby food. Questions from the audience. I imagine you all have, yes, in the back.
How has your time at Starbucks from an organizational standpoint helped you with
How has your time at Starbucks from an organizational standpoint helped you with your business? A great question.
Great question. I was very lucky. I got to wear a whole lot of hats and sit on a whole lot of teams as health and wellness was new. I walked in as a dietitian, supposed to do a 3-week contractor role and tell them just the calories and all the beverage iterations, and managed to tell them, made them make me stay, and created the first nutritionist role. But with that, I sat on regulatory affairs and quality assurance. I worked with the legal team. I worked alongside marketing and category, then became part of the strategy and innovation teams, et cetera, et cetera. So it was just over a course of 6 years, I got to see a lot, but I also got to see that with enough passion to, march an idea through a big building and behemoth like that, you can get, change can be made. It takes a lot more time on a big scale, which was also another motivator for me as a startup, right? Is I know how long it's going to take Gerber to figure this out and invest the money to it takes a long time for a big company to make, to innovate and to make shifts. So.
Well, and as we've seen, like with the handbag industry, Kate Hapstead talks about this a lot. Like they're not going to do it. There might be one little spotlight, but they're not. They don't have to do that, right? So you really are poised to create a whole new system here, which is so exciting. Any other questions from the audience? Yes.
Oh, wow.
How are you reaching parents now?
So we're all direct to consumer. So when we scaled from the commercial kitchen to our co-manufacturer, it allowed us to have national distribution. So we have 2 different fulfillment centers that allow us to reach all the doorsteps in the continental U.S. But how we really reach them is probably more of your question, is myriad of things. So social media targeting, it's partnering with like-minded companies that are also, targeting the same customer. It's micro influencers and sampling. I have done, as I was doing probably weekly sampling events in the Bay Area when we were in our Square Baby 1.0 version. So it's encouraging trial and brand awareness through all the different avenues. Yeah.
This gives a whole new meaning to the term micro influencer, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Word of baby mouth. Word of baby mouth. Yes. What does it cost to feed a baby? That's a very big question.
That's a good question. So our meals start at $4.98, including delivery. So it is. So one meal so depending on baby's age, they'll have 1, 2, or 3 meals a day, just depending on how old they are and how much food they're taking in during that time. So it could look like $5 a day, it could look like $15 a day. You could mix it with other table foods and things, but $4.98 is our starting price. So that's including the shipment to your doorstep. We ship every 2 weeks. So what we do is we allow 4 different levels of plans, a 14, 28, 42, and 56 meal box, which allows for 1, 2, or 3 or 4 meals per day. But because we're a frozen product, we like to take the worry away that the meals are going to spoil or you're not going to go through them fast enough. So our parents like to kind of stock up their freezer and then maybe pause their next shipment, which is great for us, right? Because we'd rather them order 56 meals at once or 42 meals every 3 weeks than the 14 every other week. Just
Single baby, twins, triplets, quad baby situation. That's a lot of meals. I think there was, yes, all the way in the back there. Uh-huh.
Hi. Oh, hi. Oh,
great presentation, Katie. I agree. That's the question.
Yeah.
You did good. What can the audience do for you, Katie?
Well, first of all, can I just say I'm so grateful to finally be in Bend, but then to have discovered this community is really, in the Bay Area, there was, naturally Bay Area and things when I was part of all of those things, but there is something really, really, truly special about Bend in general and about this community. So thank you for welcoming me and allowing me to be on the stage. But as an entrepreneur who's always going to be closing, we are fundraising. So I wouldn't be on the stage. Well, I would be on the stage. I would take any stage that's offered to me. But yes, so we're looking for angel investors, family offices, probably at this round, who are interested in an awesome opportunity.
Great. Okay, so open up your pocketbooks. Okay, I think we have one more question. So how about right here? How much are you looking to raise, and what's your revenue goal this year?
We are looking to raise $500,000 in the next 90 days, close in the next 90 days. And our revenue goal, we're backing off of it quite a bit, just based on the fact that with the co-manufacturer, we just relaunched, and we're kind of doing a slow ramp up. But we anticipate $650K this year, but quickly increasing to $5 million our second year, $11 million our third, 24 our fourth, and EBITDA positive at that time.
So exciting. Well, I hope that you will come back and give us an update. This is incredible.
I'll throw stuff all over the stage.
You just throw Lucky Charms everywhere and these pouches. It's really, you shared a killer amount of information with us, so thank you. Beautiful pitch.
Thank
you. Yeah, let's give it up for Katie. That was a really, really great pitch. I think you have some excited people in the audience. So put your hands together one more time for Square Baby.